Everyone thinks growing means making more money, but no one talks about how fast that money disappears. We went from spending $1,600 a month on shipping to now spending over $31,000 a month. Payroll doubled, returns higher than ever. You grow and so do your expenses, your mistakes, and your pressure. We scaled up and here's what it actually cost us. All right guys, so you saw the title of the video, and yes, we're gonna be showing you the actual cost of scaling a business. We're gonna be recording the whole day. I know right now it's around 7:32. As we go through the day, we're gonna be touching different aspects of the business by us showing you different aspects of the business, like the production side, the media side, the design side, the customer service side. We'll show you what it actually costs for us to build the departments. As you can see right now, we're gonna start with the media department. Right now we are recording installation videos, and that's for our company because I know when people buy the product, they don't know how to install it. So for us, part of the product is creating install videos. For example, here we have this Durango that we're gonna be doing installation videos for tints on the taillights. We have, I think, 4 cameras that cost about $1,500 each. We have our main camera that we're recording right now, which is the Sony FX3. So for you camera people, you know how much that costs. It was like about 5K, give or take. We have lighting, we have servers that I'm gonna show you, which that one costs about $2,000. So altogether in the media, I would say it's a good investment. I think it's over like 10K, and we'll put up the numbers here. And so right here we have Isa. So Isa right now, he's in charge of making the product better overall, and part of it is the install videos. So Isa, quick question, do you remember how we started doing installation videos?
We started with a small camera, so it was a pretty small camera, maybe like $200 camera, and we didn't have much lighting, so we kind of had to work with the lighting. So I know we invested on more lighting after the company kept growing. But yeah, we started pretty small, and now we're here where we're at, just to make sure that install videos are perfect for you guys.
Another aspect of scaling the company, like I mentioned, yes, we have the equipment side, but for the media side, we also have the software. The Adobe Suite, which is the Premiere Pro, the Photoshop, the Adobe Illustrator. And I know not only the media side uses it, but the whole design side. The people who make the products, we use it, so it's a lot in software. So this is part of the media. I know we showed you the camera and the lighting. We also have another recording studio that we invested quite a bit in, but at least for additional equipment, I know because we record a lot of installation videos, so there's a bunch of cars out there, so we're gonna need storage. We first started with small external storages, but I know we needed more space, so we upgraded to a Synology NAS. Nerd Talk is just a storage, a server, where we could access it from anywhere in the warehouse. So we have it here. We have roughly about, I think, 80 terabytes. So it's a lot of memory. Then we have a bunch of other equipment, like I mentioned, Lumix cameras, 1,500 here. So it's quite a bit of expenses. So now I'm gonna show you guys the other side of the media to let you guys know what we invested in the media. Because I know right now, like I mentioned, we are working with the company brand. We're also starting our personal brand, which is why we're creating YouTube channels, to hopefully give out some valuable information, inspiration. I know right now it's a mess, but we also wanted to start a podcast, which we ended it because we're focusing all in on the personal brand, which is this channel. But when we created the podcast, we secluded a room, we painted the walls, we built a custom desk, which was I think about $1,500 to make it custom. The lighting here, that's about $800. More equipment, teleprompter, TVs, more lighting up there. Then we have the microphones, the Shure mics. So yeah, altogether it's not that cheap. For a lot of companies, you're not necessarily gonna be growing and scaling the media department. It's just something we wanted to invest in because I know that media is the future for a lot of brands, for a lot of companies, because if you own a company and you want to get into media and you want to do it right, then there's going to have to be quite a bit of investment. But for that to happen, other aspects of the company need to grow. So we'll take you there. I know specifically talking with media because that's what I'm in charge of. We first started again with someone to help us with installations, and then I would do the editing. Fast forward, our team is growing little by little. I know we got someone to edit the videos full-time, which eventually now became our creative director, so we have him. We have someone who helps us record the videos, and then we have a part-time editor, and I know recently we just got someone to help us with the social side, with the Instagram and the TikTok.
So in the beginning, it was extremely easy. The expenses were low. I know it was just my brother and I, to where we didn't need to necessarily pay ourselves. So payroll didn't even exist. Now, as the business grew, as it scaled, we needed more people to help with the fulfillment of the orders, to help with just overall aspects of the business with the graphic design. And through time, we grew up to the point of now being 17 people. Now, 17 people are not cheap. Definitely, and now I think it's around 6 figures a month in payroll, cost, food, benefits, everything. And so it's extremely high, and so it definitely is extremely stressful to where if there's a month where it's very low, essentially, hopefully we've made enough in the past to where it could sustain that. So then we don't have to let go of anyone, so then we could pay the rent, so then we could pay the bill. Luckily, I think we've been doing extremely good, that every month of this year has been profitable, so that's extremely good. One of the things that I do to handle that is, for one, I'm definitely very extremely frugal, to the point where we don't have a lot of expenses. You might see the cars here and there, but we don't spend a lot. And so having enough funds, it helps us kind of have that peace of mind to where even if we have several bad months, it's still going to be all right. And obviously we would work to make it so that the business continues to grow and profit. That's how I handle it. I know expenses at the end, there are a few $1 million a year, and at least as of now. So the expenses are extremely high. A good big portion of it are the fees, but outside of that, the payroll, the warehouse, the software alone, I think we're paying now over $10,000 a month when it comes to like the Google Workspace, when it comes to the AI, ChatGPT, the Asana, the Slack, like all of those little things. AI, Adobe Illustrator, over $1,000 a month. And so those little things tend to add up to where now we're paying roughly what? ShipStation, just so many things. It's probably over $10,000 a month by now. And so there's definitely a lot of expenses, and it's definitely stressful. But one of the things that we try to continue doing and maintain is that profitability throughout the year. So we're not going to overexpand, and we're not going to overreach to where we're starting to like see the profit go down. And so that's how we handle it. It's a lot of expenses, and really not everyone is cut out for this. It is a lot of stress, having that responsibility. But sometimes you just have to stop thinking and just do. So for example, right here, this is from the beginning of the year till April. These are the expenses just on the production cost, meaning the pay, bonuses, overtime, the insurance, medical insurance, the taxes, the vacation. So in total, since the beginning of this year up to April, it's been what, 85,000. Then obviously there's materials and supplies. The fees alone itself, they're also pretty high. Amazon alone, the fees alone, they're at 130,000. That's extremely high. So definitely there exists a lot of expenses, and so like how I mentioned, just looking at the numbers and making sure that we're profitable, that every time that we spend $1, that it's being returned. So if we spend $1, we make $2, we make $3 back. So definitely that's one thing that I always consistently try to maintain, is that profitability of the company. Otherwise, no one will be here, nothing will be here, products wouldn't be sent out, the customers wouldn't get our products and services. So that's definitely one thing that I try to maintain, is that profitability. At the beginning, I thought scaling and growing was just, that's all the money that is made, but it's nowhere close to that. You just see the numbers and you think that that's what you're making, but that's nowhere near that, like I mentioned. And so that's one of the things that I learned, that growth isn't always good. If you're growing but you're losing money, doesn't matter. It's just, I would rather just give money to people, right? If I wanted to do that, right? It's not just about growth's sake or scaling. It's about doing it right, correctly, profitably, because we're bootstrapped. Like, there's no outside investors, there's no outside money coming in. So we definitely have to make sure that the business is profitable and making money. And so that's what I would consider, let's put it that way, a smart growth. Educating ourselves, that's a big one. Because like how I mentioned, 2 weeks ago, we went to a scaling workshop, acquisition.com, and it really just narrowed down what it was that we needed to focus on, the numbers that we needed to look at, and what was it that we needed to do. So educating ourselves, because without that, we probably still would have been a little bit all over the place. But with that, it just gave clarity and focus, and all we had to do is just do it and execute. So educating yourself, taking emotions out, and just wanting the best, not just for your business or your company or your people, but also for the customers, because that's also extremely important. So looking at it from every point of view, the customers, the employees, the founders, really everyone.